On today's episode, we are going to take a quick look at Netflix. They recently just bought a new gaming studio, followed by Amazon. They just had some leadership change in their gaming studio market. Next, we're going to take a quick look at the semiconductor market and to see how it has grown compared to 2020, followed by Shopee. Sea Limited just canceled their market in a huge country, which has the stock price down. Finally, we're going to end with Coinbase and some acquisition news. So let's get started. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, check out the pinned comment for free Discord, free newsletter, and a lot of great investing links. Alright, if we take a quick look at Netflix, the stock price is down about 45% from its all-time highs, and this is due to numerous things, right? We're going to see a quick slowdown in their market subscribers. We're also going to see a huge growth in competition. In recent news, Netflix recently purchased another gaming studio. This is their third gaming studio that it has purchased, and it's this push for them kind of providing a new form of experience. And one thing I hear a lot is, Jose, how is a new gaming studio gonna bring more money to Netflix? And unfortunately, I don't think one should see this as a gaming investment where you would see, for example, EA Games or Take-Two, where you try to figure out how a new game studio will bring more money. Even though this is a form of investment, right? I feel like no one goes, hey, Jose, how much money is Netflix making from creating this new series? No, the purpose of these new kind of experiences are to continue to have strong subscription growth for Netflix and to have low churn rate, which is the chances of people kind of unsubscribing for Netflix, right? At the moment, I do believe Netflix has some pretty cool potential with future games. For example, they are kind of adding a daily trivia game called Trivia Quest, which I think can kind of make their gaming products a little bit more sticky. And then, in my opinion, imagine in the future a Family Feud game where you can play with your family against other group of families in these types of interactive online gaming abilities. So I do think there's huge potential for this. Again, this is not meant to make Netflix a lot of money. It's meant to just keep people subscribed to their services. And I also want to show this information from Antenna, who shows the churn rate of some of the biggest streaming platforms right now. We can see Netflix is the lowest with about 2.2%. Some of the highest is Apple TV Plus, which about 10.4%. And obviously there is huge competition, which has definitely driven stock price down. We can see Apple TV recently, yesterday, was the first streaming service to win the Best Picture Oscar with Coda. We also see Halo TV premiere broke Paramount Plus viewer records, right? So there's huge competition. I do want to say another thing kind of affecting Netflix right now is the overall growth. They're not expecting much growth, at least for now in 2022. Hopefully this does change, but 2021 was also their lowest year. And the way the forecast for 2022 is looking right now, it can also be another weak year for Netflix. Some positive though for Netflix, even though they're not growing, they are expected to be positive cash flow this year. Probably with things like this, they just kind of started the latest hikes in the United States are coming to effect. So here we can take a quick look at recent Netflix price increase. Certain services haven't seen an increase since 2019 in the United States. Others have recently seen some at the end of 2020. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video and keep listening for this great offer we have for the community. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investments. So I'm proud to partner with the Motley Fool to bring you a discount for one of my favorite services the Fool offers, the Motley Fool Stock Advisor. Go to fool.com/Jose to sign up and get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor has been a market-beating service. So what are you waiting for? Thanks again for the Motley Fool. Now on to today's points. All right, next let's take a quick look at Amazon, which is down roughly 11% from its all-time highs. It has recently been announced Amazon's game boss, Mike Francini, is stepping down. Amazon has not had the greatest gaming studio in the world, I want to say, but their last 2 games, New World and Lost Ark, have definitely provided some strength in this company. Right now, games are not a huge market for Amazon, but I do believe in the future, if they keep kind of releasing games like Lost Ark, like New World, that could change. If we take a quick look at Amazon's 10K report, we can see right now gaming is not its own independent line. It's actually here in online stores. But I do believe in the future, if Amazon keeps releasing strong games, that might change. It might have its independent line. For example, one of my favorite things about Amazon's are its subscription services, which continue to grow, and its advertising service revenue. Look at that growth in the advertising service revenue. Next, obviously, this can't be a show without Jose talking about the semiconductor industry. And here we have a pretty cool chart of global top 10 IC design companies and their revenues for 2021 compared to 2020. Obviously, there's going to be some companies missing here. For example, Intel, because Intel is more of not just a designer, they also fabricate and do other stuff for revenue. But we can see number one is Qualcomm with year-over-year growth about 51%. Next comes NVIDIA at number two with about $24.9 billion, and that is up 61% year over year. We also have some pretty cool ones here. I do believe I want to take a closer look, for example, at Broadcom and MediaTek, which are number 3 and number 4. Ones I don't really follow in the market, but they do seem to start to be seeing some strong growth, especially MediaTek. We can see this is one that grew 61% year over year. AMD is number 5, but it's with its recent acquisition of Xilinx, which is number 9. This will jump to probably number 3 if the growth rate continues this upcoming years. Next, the topic I didn't really want to see today, and that is Shopee. C Limited is down about 5.6% right now, because there are reports that C Limited is shutting down its India operations. Shopee mentions that in the view of global market uncertainties, we have decided to close our early stage of Shopee India initiative. And I want to say this decision makes sense. There has been a lot of uncertainty with India, and even though Shopee is not a Chinese company, it is linked to the likes of Tencent, right? So for example, Free Fire for some time had been banned in India, their number one game. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if they're still banned at the moment, but this uncertainty, I believe, is the reason for them not being able to pursue there or continue pursuing it, right? Because what's the point of investing money into India right now if you have the fear that this money investing might get canceled out because of your links to China? So I think Shopee is kind of doing more of like an early pullback. Unfortunately, this was a huge market, both for the gaming side, also for the e-commerce side. So no wonder investors are pretty kind of depressed, and we're seeing the stock price down about 5.6%. Not only that, we can see Shopee in their most recent earnings, or C Limited in their most recent earnings, reported kind of a growth in their digital entertainment bookings, which is their gaming market. We can see quarterly active users have gone down quarter over quarter, and quarterly paying users have also gone down quarter over quarter. This is a stock that right now has definitely taken quite a hit, and any more negative news like this will continue to drive stock prices down. At the end of the day, I do believe just the Southeast Asia exposure is super strong for C Limited, for Shopee. Now, the final company I want to take a quick look at is Coinbase. They are up about 3.85%. There are reports by the third largest newspaper in Brazil, Estado, that Coinbase is actually gonna purchase 2TM. And for those not familiar with 2TM, they are the parent of a Brazilian cryptocurrency brokerage, Mercado Bitcoin. Mercado Bitcoin has been pretty popular as it's got an investment from Mercado Libre as well. Mercado Libre in January 20th acquired shares in the 2TM Group parent company of Mercado Bitcoin, amongst others in the blockchain-based market. Mercado Libre, for example, mentions that Mercado Bitcoin is Latin America's leading digital asset exchange, and 2TM, very similar to Coinbase, provides solutions for companies that want to bring the blockchain technology into their business. And Coinbase is trying to expand globally, so if this acquisition goes through, it's one that makes sense. At the moment, like I mentioned, Coinbase is up almost 4% pre-market, but we can see this is a stock that is down over 47% from all-time highs. So on today's episode, I think we covered a lot. I'm really excited with the tech news I am providing lately. I hope you guys are too. So take care, have a good day, and see you next time.